Hey, what's up everyone, how's it going? Okay, so today I would like to discuss a controversial topic in gaming. Maybe I'll do more of these, maybe I won't, it kinda depends on reception to this one. So yes, for those of you that don't know, yesterday Valve announced paid modding for Skyrim. So far it's only for Skyrim, but they're planning to roll it out to other games in the future. So what does this mean? It means basically if a mod maker makes a mod, they don't have to, but they can charge you for it. Like forcibly. This ain't like an optional donation, it's like you have to pay to download this mod. No free trials, nothing like that. I think it's only 24 hours to get a refund, and I believe Valve takes 75% of the money. That's an insane number, but we'll get to that later. Today I would like to look at it from the perspective of the consumer as well as the perspective of the mod maker. Fuck Valve, don't care about them. So I'm gonna try, play devil's advocates. But, I'll just spoil this for you. I think this is generally a bad idea, but we'll get into that. Okay, so let's begin by looking at it from the consumer's perspective. The people that download the mods, why are they so pissed off? Because good God, I have never seen people so angry about something video game related since probably all the way back to Nintendo, wanting to steal ad revenue from YouTubers. And by the way, fuck you for that, Nintendo, but I still love you. Okay, so here's the reason I think first and foremost why people are so pissed off. They're now being asked to pay for something that was previously free. For example, Midas Magic and Wet and Cold are two incredibly popular Skyrim mods. They're now, I think, £4 each, which I think equates to about $7. So $14, man, for two mods. That's a crazy amount of money. I think that's also one of the biggest problems here. It's not just that people are being asked to pay money for things. It's that people are being asked to pay money for things that they're probably going to use 50 to 100 of. I think I have like 100 plus mods in my Skyrim. My Skyrim still looks like Skyrim. There are many people that download so many mods that it looks and plays like an entirely different game. So even at 25 cents, which I believe is the cheapest mod right now that's being charged for, even at 25 cents, 100 of them, $25, man. And again, that's the cheapest. And there are people that will download more mods than that. That's a lot of money! That's what I don't think people seem to understand here. If it was like the top, 10, 15, 20, however many mods in the world that were the, incredibly high quality that they're asking for money for now, I don't think it would be anywhere near as bad. But when people are like, here's a sword and I want 25 cents for it, or here's a set of armor and it's like $4, that's when you get into like a serious problem, because that means it's going to cost people a shit ton of money for very little. Which is why people get angry at DLC. With, what's the most infamous DLC you can think of? The horse armor. Ironically enough, by Bethesda for Oblivion. Why is it so infamous? Because it was a set of armor for a fucking horse that didn't do much of anything, and they wanted like $5 for it, or something like that. A lot of money for jack shits. And that's the problem here. People can charge a lot of money for jack shit. Yes, people don't have to pay it, but it's not really an excuse, Okay, so there's the pricing issue. Pretty damned obvious. Here are the less obvious issues with it. You have no guarantee of a mod's quality. Here's the thing. Let's say someone makes a mod, say it's really good, and they're like, okay, I want to charge $4.99 for this straight away. Who the hell's gonna download your mod? People aren't gonna pay money, especially that much money, for something that they don't know is at least gonna be good. Not only do they not know it's gonna be good, mods can often cause problems with your game. They can cause it to crash, they can interact with other mods poorly, they can break your game. Yes, it's usually easy enough to fix, but then that's the thing. When it was free, you could download something and be like, okay, this doesn't work, get rid of it. Now, are you going to pay $5 and be like, oh shit, it doesn't work? And okay, yes, apparently they're offering a 24-hour refund, no questions asked. That's fair enough, but there's no guarantee that within 24 hours you're going to have one of those problems arise. Sometimes they may only arise in specific situations. Let's say a particular quest partway through the game doesn't work anymore because of this mod. Entirely could happen. That means you've got to get halfway through the game to get to this point where this problem is going to arise. That's why 24 hours is in no way a long enough guarantee period. Yeah, you could argue that, okay, they should be allowed unlimited time to get a refund. But then people are just going to buy the mods, play them as much as they want, and when they're done with the game, then they're going to get a refund on everything. So yeah, I guess that's also broken. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really agree with the system in the first place, but if that's your argument, then it doesn't really make sense, because, again, there's just so many problems with this whole situation. I think that's why people are pissed off. It's like no thought went into this. Okay, so besides the fact that the mod could break a game, or it could be, low quality, blah blah blah, there's also the fact that many mod makers make very similar things, but either worse or better than each other. A good example is there are mods for Skyrim that overhauled the vampiric system. Adding different perks and abilities and blah blah blah. So, one mod maker could make that, and you're like, okay, this is awesome, I'm gonna buy it, $5 or however much it is. And then a month later, 2 months later, someone else makes an even better version of what's pretty much the same thing, but just outright better in every conceivable way. So you're like, well shit, now I've got to buy that. But I've already paid for this one. And that's the thing that doesn't happen with DLC. No one's gonna make, again, let's use the whole vampire system just as an example. Bethesda aren't gonna go, okay, here's a vampire expansion. And then 2 months later, be like, oh, here's a different one. And it doesn't work with the original one, it's just better in every conceivable way. But with a mod, that could easily happen. So, there's no guarantee that you're going to want that mod forever. Not even close. No guarantee of quality, no guarantee it's not going to break your game. And again, modding that many mods is going to add up to a shit ton of money. So, those are the reasons that people are pissed off. And rightly so. Now let's try and look at it from the mod maker's perspective. These are people that sometimes work hundreds, possibly even thousands of hours for free to make something for other people. And now some of them want to be compensated for that. Is that a problem? No! I don't think it's wrong whatsoever that someone should want to be paid for their hard work. But again, there's no guarantee that their hard work has resulted in anything good. There are people that put lots of time into stuff and it still turns out shitty, Look at Steam Early Access. There are plenty of games on there by developers that have actually tried, but they've made complete shit. I mean, there are AAA developers that have made complete shits. Like, Final Fantasy 13. Worst game ever. So yeah, there's no guarantee of quality. There's so many issues, man. There's just so many issues. Here's the thing. The way I think it should work is, if a mod maker makes something that's good, have some kind of in-your-face donation system. And again, a donation system saying, hey, do you like the quality of my work? Do you think I should get paid for it? Pay what you want here. Have like a Patreon link or something. I don't see the problem with that. Or maybe another option is if you have a mod and you've had it installed for, I don't know, X number of hours or X number of days, you then get a pop-up. Not in the game, maybe in the game, I don't know, depends, the least intrusive way you could do it. Maybe like a Steam pop-up when you close the game that says, hey, you've been playing with this mod for, this length of time. Clearly you think it's good, do you want to support the developer? Something like that. But forcing people to pay for things that they don't know is going to be quality and that were previously free, you should expect that this is going to piss people off. And this is why it is. Again, I think people should be paid for their work, but only if their work is good. And, reasonably priced. And that's the problem with Valve taking 75% of the profits. People are going to hike up the price of their mod because they want more money because they know they're only getting a quarter of it. I don't know, there's just so many grey areas and bad decisions that have been made here. And frankly, I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't think this is going to go away. I think mostly it's going to alienate people that charge for their mods. I really do think it will get to the point where people will only charge for their mods once their mods have been available for a while and that people know it's good. And even then, I think they're still going to get shit for it. I don't think this is a good idea, I don't think this is a good system, I think they've done very poorly with this, and I think Valve are being greedy as shit. Here's the thing as well, 75%, a mod maker's just gonna jack up their price to account for Valve taking such a huge chunk. Also wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda get a chunk, I don't know if that's also included in the 75%, I don't know. But yeah, I think at the core, trying to reward people for their hard work, yes, that's a good idea. But I think they're going about it in completely the wrong way. It's like the equivalent of being a YouTuber and saying, for every single video I make, you must pay me $1, $2, however much. Instead of making money from the ad revenue, which doesn't harm the consumer. Making money from Patron, which is, the consumers willingly giving you things that they don't have to. So yeah, this just seems to me like a good idea at its core, executed extremely poorly, which is kind of just a good description for Valve in general. But then again, minus the good ideas. Usually, bad ideas executed poorly. Anyway, I'm getting away to here. If you enjoyed the video, the best way to show your support is by clicking the like button. It helps promote it. Let me know in the comments what your opinion is. Try not to argue, but, I don't trust you. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.